It is always a great day when the Steelers win. And not only did we win, but the good old Ratbird Ravens lost today. So now we are tied for first place in the AFC North. Because we're both 2-1, 1-0 in the division. They beat Cincinnati, we beat Cleveland. So, Steelers win 23-18. It was 23-7 at one point, but then we couldn't get anything going offensively again, as usual. The defense kind of fell off a little bit, but granted, the Raiders were saved by a terrible roughing the passer call, which freaking roughing the passer calls, man. But regardless, we won. Jimmy Garoppolo has thrown 3 interceptions. They had 12 seconds left to try to do something to get a touchdown to win. Basically, they just needed a miracle. And Jimmy G's tried to throw it to Devontae Adams, and Levi Wallace jumped in front of it, picked it off. Levi Wallace had 2 interceptions tonight, and Patrick Peterson had his first interception as a Pittsburgh Steeler in the third quarter. So, overall, obviously you have to be happy about a win. I mean, any game you win in the NFL is a great win. No matter what happens in the game, even if you didn't deserve it, you always have to be happy to win. Steelers deserve this win, obviously. Kenny Pickett had 2 touchdowns in this game and no interceptions. Arguably, Kenny Pickett's best game of the season was this game because this was the first time in Kenny Pickett's career where he threw more than 1 touchdown in a game. It's sad, but it's true. The Matt Canada's offense was better this week. Probably one of the best offensive games we've had in a while, which 23 points should say something. Even though we scored 26 points last week, but that's because our defense had 2 touchdowns. But TJ Watt played great again this week. He had a sack. Marcus Golden had a sack. Keanu Benton had his first sack as his first NFL sack today. Raiders had some very soft play calls at the end. Josh McDaniels, I never really get to watch the Raiders because they're not, obviously they play in Nevada. I only get to see the Raiders if they are a night game, but since the Raiders suck, they usually don't play night games. But I have discovered why people are saying Josh McDaniels is not good. He is a soft coach. Very soft. No, not aggressive whatsoever. He does have good play calls here and there. Like on a 3rd and 1, it looked like they were going to run it up the middle with Jacobs, but Garoppolo threw a quick screen to Adams, which great play call. But you're down 8 points, and it's getting very close to the end. You're on 4th down and 4th and 4. You kind of need a touchdown. A touchdown and 2-point conversion will tie the game. Instead, you choose to settle for a field goal to make it 23-18, and then you're like, well, let's just hope our offense does good, even though we've kind of let Kenny Pickett do what he wanted to do today. I shouldn't say kind of. We did let Kenny Pickett do what he wanted to do today, and sure enough, it came back to backfire. We were able to draw the clock all the way down to 20-some seconds when they punted. The Raiders punt returner muffed the punt and ended up recovering it back, which just took more seconds off the clock. And then on the first play, Garoppolo throws an interception and Levi Wallace ends the game. So very soft play calling toward the end by Josh McDaniels. I can see why Raiders fans are not a fan of him. Mike Tomlin can be pretty soft too, but that's not the point. We won. But anyway, so next week we will be on the road against the Houston Texans. Texans won their first game today. C.J. Stroud looks really good. He had a tough game against Baltimore. They couldn't get anything going, but C.J. Stroud is looking a lot better. That is going to be tough to contain him. But hopefully we can get it done. I hope starting 3-1 would be great. If Baltimore loses next week, which I have no idea who the Ravens are playing next week. We could be in first place in the division if we win and Baltimore loses. Baltimore plays Cleveland. So this is one of the rare occurrences that I'm rooting for the Browns, and the Browns can beat the Ravens. They're looking better this year. Deshaun Watson's looking better this year. But anyway, summary, we won. Looked pretty good today. The defense struggled, offense struggled a little bit, but can't complain about a win. Kenny Pickett looked pretty damn good today. Running the ball. Najee just keeps struggling, man. Jalen Warren's performing better than Najee Harris, which sucks. I like Najee, but Najee's just not been playing good this year. Hopefully he could do what he did last year and just completely turn on the engines and just get things going, but I don't know. We possibly might not pick up Najee's fifth-year option, but we'll see when we get to that point. We play Houston next week. Hopefully we win that game, and if we win and Baltimore loses to Cleveland, the Steelers will take first place in the AFC North. So that'll be a great day. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week.